day first and check it for you. We can get all your documents and give them to you. We can sit down, we spend an hour, 2 hours, whatever it takes to give you your options. But it's a lot better to get a diagnosis and have your life saved than to have metastatic cancer and suffer in pain and die, isn't it?
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to die, so you should come in, get checked out. Don't think cancer's going to put the headlines, Mr. Jones has cancer. No, you've got all the warning signs. You've been warned. And now it's up to you. And if you act, you can save your life. If you fail to act, it's like committing suicide. Why would you want to do that? You only live once.
You're right. All right, sounds good.
All right, well, give us a call. Our number is 212-CHOICES, 212-246-4237. We take most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid. We have data, and we'll give you the booklet. We'll show you our data and our chances of curing you, making you cancer-free compared to all the other places, compared to proton beam, compared to surgery, compared to standard radiation, compared to robotic surgery. And you'll see our results are better. We have it all in our book. It's all there.
212.
Yeah, 212-246-4237. Save your life. God is sending you a life preserver. Take it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Are you there 7 days a week or 5 days?
Am I there 7 days a week? Well, I'm here Sunday morning, aren't I? We're here so much. We're here more than you want us to be here, okay? The doctor has to sleep. Take care of your doctor, too. I'll take care of you, and you take care of me, and we'll have a great relationship, okay?
Good, cool. All right, okay, I'll give you a call, and I can call now?
Don't call now. Make an appointment. If you have medical questions, you can call day or night. If you want an appointment, call tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Call tomorrow morning, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We'll make an appointment. We'll fit you in. You won't have to wait. We'll take your insurance. We'll take care of you, okay?
All right, okay. Well, all right, nice talking to you.
God bless you. Bye-bye now. We're going to stop for just a moment for a station identification.
With Dr. Lederman, the best prostate cancer treatment is custom tailored for you. Each man with prostate cancer is unique and seeks the best results based upon PSA, Gleason score, and stage. That's why Dr. Lederman's custom tailored prostate cancer treatment is most logical. Not every man should get the same treatment. Dr. Lederman's custom prostate cancer treatment is all outpatient. Our goals are your best results. Avoiding radical surgery, maintaining your sexual and urinary function, and your life. Most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid, accept it. Call Dr. Lederman at 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES for a fresh second opinion and free booklet DVD. Not only super convenient, super. In Manhattan at 38th and Broadway. Custom tailored treatment to hit the cancer. Call Dr. Lederman, 212-CHOICES. Cherish your life. Custom prostate cancer treatment with Dr. Lederman. 212-CHOICES.
Welcome back to the Radiosurgery Hour. This is Rob Redstone here with Dr. Gil Lederman at the WOR Studios in the heart of New York City. We're just a few steps from the Radiosurgery New York Cancer Treatment Center on Broadway and 38th Street. Dr. Lederman, the leading cancer expert, treats prostate cancer non-invasively. He was the first in New York with fractionated brain radiosurgery, and he's the first in America and in the Western Hemisphere with body radiosurgery. You can also call Dr. Lederman at 212-CHOICES for a free informative booklet and DVD. Hey, Dr. Lederman, we're back.
Hey, we're back, and my son was just talking about that caller, and yes, cancer doesn't tell you it's here. Cancer gives you warning signs, and part of this program is to give you an understanding of what cancer does and when to call the doctor and what the options are. Now, you can have all the warning signs, and you can choose to act, or you can choose not to act. And luckily, I see many people who have the warning signs and who act. And I also have people who have been given the warning signs and failed to act. Now, we just talked about a woman who never got mammograms, and then her cancer not only grew in the breast, but it spread. So she had warning signs, and she chose not to act until the cancer traveled. It's obviously better to act early. Early cancer can be treated more successfully in general than late cancer. So if you have a lump in the breast, give us a call. If you haven't had a mammogram, give us a call. For men, you have an elevated PSA, you can't wish it away. It doesn't go away that way. So the warning sign is there. This man's having trouble urinating. He has a high PSA. The warning sign's there. He can take the life preserver and grab on and save his life, try to save his life, or he can ignore it. That's his choice. That's everyone's choice. But he has the choice, and he's the President of the United States of his body, and she's the President of the United States of her body, and we would do everything we can to help if the patient wants help. Here's a woman who came in 89 years old. She came in this week to evaluate a lump in the breast. Now, how did she find out about me? Well, I treated her jaw cancer 12 years ago. Okay, I hadn't heard from her. She got treatment. She went away. She never came back. It's sad. We encourage people to come and get the treatment and get follow-up. Well, I guess she had a lot of confidence. She did well. She had a big mass in the jaw. It went away. She had no side effects. She did fantastic. And now she has a lump in the side and a lump in the groin. She came to us. We got both evaluated. Actually, they're both benign. So she's in complete remission 12 years later from a jaw cancer that she had treated with radiosurgery with us. We were, by the way, the first ones in America. Obviously, that means first in New York, first in America, even the first in the Western Hemisphere with stereotactic body radiosurgery. We've treated about 20,000 patients. We have lots of experience over many years, probably more than anyone else, and probably that experience will help you if you wish, if you need. There's an interesting article that came out this week about diet, and I know many people think that diet is the key to life, and diet does have certain role to play. It probably doesn't work exactly as people think. Obviously, and we've talked about it, taking a lot of herbs. I had one man who's spending $500 a month on vitamins, antioxidants, and actually diets like that lead to a higher cancer rate and higher death rate. But what about just diets of carbohydrates versus diets of fats? Well, in the last few decades, there's been a move to have low-fat diets, which means a higher carbohydrate diet. And there's an article in the Times, and it was recently reported in the Annals of Internal Medicine. It was financed by the National Institute of Health, and it looked at 150 women. And it was reported by Anahad O'Connor in the New York Times this week, and he writes that people who avoid carbohydrates and eat more fat, even saturated fat, lose more body fat and have fewer cardiovascular risks than people who follow the low-fat diet that health authorities have favored for decades. So it's a new study, and the new study looked at 150 men and women, racially diverse, and men and women, so can't say it was just men or just women, so it was looking at a diverse group of people, and they were either given one of two diets, one that limited the amount of carbohydrates, or two that limited the amount of fat, but not overall calories. It was looking at carbohydrates versus fat, not calories. And the dean of the Freeman School of Nutrition at Tufts said this is one of the first long-term trials that's given those diets without caloric restrictions. Now, diets low in carbohydrates and higher in fat and protein were commonly used for weight loss since Dr. Atkins popularized the approach in the 1970s. It's been thought that your saturated fat is going to increase and your cholesterol is going to go up, but the new study showed no. At the end of the study, people in the low carbohydrate group, that means the higher fat group, low carbohydrate, higher fat, had lost about 8 pounds more than those who were on the low-fat diet. They had greater reductions in body fat than the low-fat diet group and improvements in muscle mass. And neither group, by the way, changed their physical activity. So it wasn't looking at physical activity. It was just looking at fat versus carbohydrate diet. Now, the high-fat group followed something like a modified Atkins diet. They were told to eat mostly protein and fat, to choose foods with primarily unsaturated fats like fish, olive oil, and nuts. They were allowed to eat foods higher in saturated fats, including cheese and red meat. A typical diet was one that might have eggs for breakfast, tuna salad for lunch, and some kind of protein for dinner like red meat, chicken, fish, or tofu, along with vegetables. The low carbohydrate participants were encouraged to cook with olive oil and butter. Butter was allowed. The low-fat group had more grains, cereals, and starches. That's the low fat. That's the other group. So they had more grains, cereals, and starches. They reduced their total fat to less than 30% of daily calories. The other group had total fat that was 40% of daily calories. Both groups were encouraged to eat vegetables. And in the end, so what's the bottom line? The low carbohydrate group saw markers of inflammation and triglycerides plunge. The HDL, the good cholesterol, rose more in the fat group diet than in the low fat group diet. Now, isn't that interesting? The people that were on butter and milk and red meat had a rise in the HDL, the good cholesterol. Blood pressure, total cholesterol, and LDL, the bad cholesterol, was about the same in each group. So the low carbohydrate diet group did so well, they managed to lower their Framingham risk scores, which calculates the risk of a heart attack in the next 10 years. The low-fat group had no improvement. So, wow, if your head is spinning, yeah, it should be spinning, because this is basically telling us that we've been told the wrong stuff for the last 10 years. So that's why data matters. Why didn't we have this study 20 years ago, before all Americans got obese eating pasta and rice and all that stuff? Maybe we should go back to the diet that our fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers and mothers had when they were growing up. Maybe we'll see less obesity, more health. Let's get back to a more common sense diet. It's just because you think it's true isn't necessarily true. And that's why the data, the facts matter. So let's go with the facts. Forget what you think. Let's go with the facts. And so you can go back to red meat and some butter and vegetables and do better than those people who were avoiding it. Wow. That is good news. This is Dr. Lederman from Radiosurgery New York. We're at 212 Choices. We're a cancer treatment center, and we're talking about ways to improve your health, your life, to use data to give you the best possible results. That's what we believe, and I think that's what you should believe. We treat cancer with the best possible choices, and when we see you, we give you the choices to make you decide yourself, because you are the President of the United States. We'll help guide you and tell you the best options, and then you choose what you want at Radiosurgery New York, a cancer treatment center at 38th and Broadway in the heart of New York City. It's a private center, an ambulatory center, which means you come in, get your treatment, and go home. There's no hospital stays, and I think that's how people like to be, to sleep in their own bed every night. We're going to hear from a couple new voices, and then we'll be right back to take your calls at WOR. The studio phone line, by the way, is 800-321-0710. Here we go.
For cancer treatment, most prefer effective, non-invasive, well-tolerated outpatient therapy. With Dr. Lederman, the radiosurgery pioneer, that's our goal too. He's first in America, first in New York, first for you. With Body Radiosurgery, we hit your cancer with no cutting, no bleeding. Dr. Lederman has decades of experience with primary and metastatic, large or small cancers from head to toe. Cancer treatment with possibly a second chance for you, even if chemo, radiation, or surgery didn't work or isn't tolerated. Our goals are best results and quality of life. Meet Dr. Lederman to hit the cancer. For a free book